On this episode of Southpaw Computing, we'll be reviewing this HD DVR 2.5 car DVR, or whatever you want to call it. And that's coming up next. Hey, what's going on YouTube? Dan from Southpaw Computing here, and we bought another generic car dash camera here. As you can see, this guy does not have any sort of model number on there, so we're going to do our typical unboxing. Kind of looks like an alien spaceship, if you would, but let's get this bad boy out and see what we got. Okay, so what did it come with? As always, we have our cigarette light adapter to USB for power, a regular little USB A to B or to mini, I forget which number it was, suction cup mount, and our spaceship style dash cam here. So here I would imagine these are the nighttime LEDs, and as every single review that we've done on these types, they do absolutely nothing. But over here we have a little flip out for a full-size SD card, which is kind of surprising because typically these things will use micro SD cards. The flip out screen, and then the USB connections over here. And this compartment here apparently houses a battery, but which is kind of funny, it didn't actually come with one. So it's probably why this thing only cost 11 bucks. But anyway, we're going to see if we could get this guy powered up and go through the menus and go from there. So we'll be right back. Okay, so it looks like we can get this up and running with the unit without having a battery. Oddly enough, it does have a charging symbol, which is pretty funny. So let's go ahead and hit menu. And let's see, we got different video output, it looks like. Okay, so the funny part is when it says press OK to enter setup, it's actually referring to this white button all the way on the top here, not the power button on the other side. So just an FYI. So inside the size, we have either 1080p, 720p, or VGA resolutions. Timestamp, whether you want it on. Motion detect. The duration of the video clips that you want to do. You want recording your voice, and then that's it there. Hit menu again. We got format. So yes, I actually want to format this card. And then of course your native language you want the unit to be in. Auto off. Not sure if that's referring to the screen turning off by itself, but we could certainly try it. Let's say, let's set it to 3 minutes. System reset. Nope, we don't want that. Setting the light frequency, we're going to set to 60 Hertz. And then input the date, or set the date, and then use this as a disk drive. So, not too many there. And that's it. That's all the menus you get out of this guy. Your standard modes are the video recording mode, the picture mode, audio record only, and playback. So that's it for that. Okay, so we'll go hook this thing up into the car and see what kind of quality we will get out of it. So we'll be back. Alright, so here's our daytime shot. Right away you're noticing that this thing is barely doing 15 frames a second, and it looks more like a stop motion movie. Kind of annoying, but I guess it helps to reduce in the file size at the end of the day. But unfortunately, this thing has the worst video quality that we've seen out of any of the cameras that we had. I suppose I couldn't ask for too much here since this was only an $11 camera, but it still costed me another $8 for a battery for this unit. Other than that, my other major complaint here is the viewing angle isn't that great. Obviously, it's not the fishbowl lens type of deal here, but also the audio is overdriven, so it's super distorted when you're trying to listen to audio playback on the video as well. So as one would expect, the nighttime vision is going to be just as bad, but it looks like we don't even have any sort of adjustment to get the color balance or the focus or basically the exposure to get working properly here. So negative marks for all these as well, and that's pretty much summing it up for this camera. So let's wrap it up. Okay, so what's the final judgment and call on this DVR 2.5-inch card DVR that we have here? Well, in a nutshell, toss this thing into the nearest ocean. This is by far the biggest piece of garbage that we've ever had here. I mean, I would expect a little bit more out of it. If you spent like a couple more dollars, you could get something better. Other than a very unique Star Trek-esque design here, I mean, I want to recommend this thing to anybody. I'm not going to even waste my time with a rundown because I was so disappointed in the quality in this thing. I mean, it was just honestly terrible. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. As always, folks, if you like what you see here, give a big thumbs up for this video, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, join our forums. It will be greatly appreciated. This is Dan from Southhawk Computing, and as always, until the next time.